Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today we are going to be looking at my February TBR. Now we are still, I don't even know what the date is today, 11 days before the end of this month. I'm filming this early because as you are watching this, I'm currently away with work in Barcelona, woohoo! And I didn't want you to miss out on content, so here this is. So we have got a stack of books, as you would have seen in the thumbnail. There are more to come. I just haven't got my book box battles books just yet, so they're not on this list, but they are included. So let's run through. So first off, we're going to talk about 12 books in 12, and for February the pick is not this entire thing, but it is the first book, which is The Look of a King. This is by Tom Dunbrow. Tom is also the one who recommended that I read this for my 12 in 12. So, you know, tweak it. I don't know. That's not against any rules, I don't think. An author can recommend their book to me. So I'm very excited to read this. I might not read this one though. Obviously this is a very pretty edition. But I might read instead the Kindle Unlimited edition because I can obviously have it on my Kindle. It's more transportable, and this is quite a chunky boy because it's all 3 books in this edition. So I might flip through this when I'm at home, but I'm not 100% sure how much I'm going to be at home, if that makes sense. So look at that, look at it, oh, so pretty. So yeah, I'm not too sure. So that is the first choice. And then, it has got a thing on it. Okay, and then from there, we are going to just include Illumicrate and Fairy Loot, whatever they are. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to know what they are until after this video goes up, because I don't know when the book boxes are turning up. However, I have got the adult one right here, and that is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I opened this in my vlog last week, so I will link it up here for you to check out if you want to know the ins and outs and see all the beautifulness, because it is quite beautiful, to be honest. But all I know about this one is that it's like a mystery thriller, Mexican Gothic / Addie LaRue vibe. That's how it's described. I'm not sure if it's going to be up my street, but again, we're thinking of cancelling this one. but we want the February edition of the book that is February, because I know what it is, and I want that. I want the special edition of it, I think. So I might hold on until March, because okay, slight sidetracked. So I'm thinking of swapping the adult this for Locked Library, because they're about similar price point. And they're the same thing, book only, that sort of thing. These books aren't very adult in my opinion, and I keep getting books that I'm not massively fussed on, and if I hadn't have got them in the box, I wouldn't have bought probably a lot of them, if I'm honest. Some of them I have, I would have bought. So for example, Babel, but I've got 3 copies of Babel because I got Fairy Loot, Illumicrate and Waterstone. Same for Book of Night. So this seems like the best one to cancel currently. So we're thinking about it. However, I don't pay for Locked Library until May, I think. Yeah, something like that. So I could keep until February and then we'll have to stop. But anyways, shutting up, stopping talking. This is the adult pick. I'm excited to give it a go. We'll see what it's like. We'll see if I enjoy it. I don't know if we will. But we're gonna try. Next up, we've got the It's All About Fantasy read along, which is down in the description, the Twitter for it. Make sure you come and join us. This book will be on my channel, and that is Jade War. So this is the sequel to Jade City. As of right this second, I have not started this series. I am taking it with me when I go away. So by the time this goes up, I should have started it at least, or something. So that's what we're aiming for. So yeah, this is a sequel. I can't tell you anything about this series because I haven't read any of the books yet, and I couldn't tell you about the sequel because that would spoil the first book, and you know how it goes. So this is on there too. And then my final body read. I have to admit, this is already sick. five books, including Illumicrate and Fairy Loot, but me and Kate are striving to have our buddy reads back this year. In January we read Kingdom of Copper. Again, as of right this moment, haven't started it. She knows this, taking it away on my Kindle. But for February we're going to be diving into the world of Malice by John Gwynne, because we have to just have all of the chunky books on this thing. Yeah, so I will be trying Malice. I have read a little bit of it before. I think I got to like maybe chapter 7, if that, not very far at all, but I am excited to give it a go. I know loads of people love this. I have got the entire series of this sitting on my shelf and I haven't done anything with it. I know that this, I don't really know how fantasy-esque this fantasy is. I don't really know if it is massively fantasy. I mean, it does say that it is fantasy, but I don't know what the fantasy element is, if that makes sense. So I'm looking forward to giving this a go and seeing how I like it, because that's just what I need to do, really. And then the final book that I definitely want to read this month is this one, which is Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, which is the third and final, but well, it's not the final book because she's just released the Rivers of Silver, which is like short stories from this world, but from the trilogy this is the final book. So this is the third and final book. This is the only one I haven't read. So like I said, me and Kate had our buddy read in January, and that was Kingdom of Copper. I read City of Brass at the end of 2022, starting into this year, and loved it again. I love this series, what I've read so far, and I just never got past the second book and never finished it. So I thought I'd just reread the whole thing rather than trying to just read this or the second book. I thought I'd try again, do it all. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to read the whole thing. So this is the final book that I want to read this month, and yeah, it's a chunky boy. A lot of the books on here are very, very chunky, so that's going to be fun. And I don't actually really know what the January picks are for either Fairy Loot or Illumicrate. I know what I think it's the Illumicrate February pick is now. I've worked that out, but I mean, it looks, hang on, let's see if I can lift it up. It looks scarier than it is because I'm only reading one of these, not all three. So yeah, that's a chunky stack, that is. I'm going to have an honourable mention to Baden Hill by I Anonymous. I am hoping to read it in the month of February. However, I am going to be out and about quite a lot. Obviously going away, I keep mentioning it. I'm very excited and nervous, if I'm honest, which is why I'm babbling about it. But I have to take a train, so it's Friday today, Saturday tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to take a train to Banbury to get picked up by my manager, and then we'll go and fly. We'll drive down to London, catch a flight from Heathrow. So we'll be together for that, but on the way back I'm by myself, so I think I've got quite a lot of time to probably listen to audiobooks. So the plan is I'm going to re-listen to Gurzel, because he very kindly gifted me audio codes for Gurzel and for Baden Hill. So the plan is I will reread Gurzel this year via audio, maybe this month, maybe right at the start of next month. I'm not too sure how it's going to work. And then Baden Hill. So this will be coming to a wrap up for you soon. I am excited. I really enjoyed the first one after like the 150 page mark. I really got into it, so I'm hoping that this one is going to throw us in a little bit faster because we already know the world. So that is my thought process. Now for other books that I want to read, there's a lot. I have an idea that I'm going to restart this lovely series. I've already read Assassin's Apprentice, which is here. Restart that maybe, but I don't want to commit to too many big series. I want to start actually crossing things off. I would love to finish Dragon Republic this month. I actually picked it up for the first time last night and really enjoyed like reading a chapter. My only gripe with Dragon Republic and just those RF Kwong in general is that they don't write short chapters. They're very long, so I don't feel as though I'm progressing enough. I am the sort of reader that if I have short chapters and I'm like whizzing through them, it's so much more beneficial to me because I feel like I'm actually achieving something. So that's cool. I would also quite like to finish this, which is Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. I started this last year. I picked this up finally because I was really interested. I'm 88 pages in, haven't got much further, really want to finish this and actually get started on this series because it's so good. Like, I'm really enjoying what I'm reading. I'm just not reading it, if that makes sense. I also noticed that apart from Empire of Gold, which is kind of YA but not massive YA, I have no light books on here. Obviously at this point I don't know what the Fairy Loot and Illumicrate January books are going to be, so they could be lighter, but I just don't know. I also need to make massive strides with the Fairy Loot and Illumicrate adult YA whatever books from December because I've started 2 of them but I have not finished either. So that's fun. I just want this year to kind of be the year. I'm starting a lot of series, I am aware, but I just kind of want this year to kind of be the year I actually finish things as well. I would love to finish, like I said, Dragon Republic and then The Burning God. I'd love to finish the Aurora Rising trilogy. I've got 1 book left. I've read Illuminae, which will be coming in a wrap-up when I come back. So I've read Illuminae and I loved it, so I want to carry on with that series. There's so many things I want to read, and I just find that maybe I don't know if I'm putting too much pressure on myself or what to actually read, but I need to figure it out because there's a lot of things I want to read. Maybe I need to read some, like, integrate some more, I don't know, I don't really read manga, but maybe some manga-y kind of things, graphic novels, shorter books. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong because everything, like I just showed you that stack, everything apart from Baden Hill is pretty chunky and is above probably 500 pages. Well, Baden Hill and The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, everything else is quite chunky, or looks chunky. Obviously Look of a King is not that big, but the book itself looks big, so maybe it's just more of the mind game of it. I don't know. So I'm working on it. But yeah, those are all the books I want to read in February, and a couple of random tangents because what else can you expect from me? I don't know. But if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of a book that you want to read in the month of February. I want to know. And if you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me a war type emoji. So sword, shield, that sort of stuff. Leave that down below so I know you're here. If you want to see more from me, please consider subscribing down below and ring that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I am uploading every Wednesday and Sunday, so be sure to stick around for more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure you check out my social links down below, shameless self-plug, for Instagram and Twitter. I tweet a lot of random rubbish, as you probably can imagine if you're watching me talk random rubbish, and I try to post on Instagram as much as I can. I story more than I post, but we're working on it. So yeah, check them out as well. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye.